Hey, your sister was asking me where your class was. Man, she's just a middle schooler. Sucks she had to get mixed up in all of this mess. Huh? You half asleep or something? It's on the first floor, near the back.
The Academy has been beset by a number of mysterious incidents. I heard Dr. Kokoro fell victim to them as well. A harrowing, sorrowful tale, to be sure. How pathetic of me to have collapsed during such a trying time. At the least, I shall do what I can to prepare for what may come. That way, there will be no further harm to the students.
Rout them! Get ready!
Devour them. Spare no effort.
Waste of time. Wanna play?
Spare no effort.
Fruitless!
Pay for your sins. I shan't use.
Too slow. Counterattack!
Sweet item.
Devour them. Attempting. Spare no effort.
Waste of time. Wanna play?
Spare no kill. How mundane. Vengeance!
Sweet irony.
Devour them. Spare no effort. Checkmate.
Waste of time. Wanna play?
You'll pay for that. How mundane.
Get ready. Sweet irony.
Devour them. Checkmate.
Waste of time.
Here I go.
Devour them. Spare no effort. Spineless.
Fruitless. Here I go.
Devour them. Yeah! Assisting! Checkmate.
Fruitless. Get ready. No mercy. Fruitless.
It's in your hands.
Understood. Now you see.
No way. This can't be. No.
Your sister. She's... I'm sorry, but you need to listen. I couldn't save her, and I'll never forgive myself for it. But please, you have to listen. There's nothing we could have done. Chio was already dead when you brought her in. She had been, for a while. Hey, are you okay? Yo's dead. From the shock. Gio? No. No, it can't.
Time you need. Push it. Long as it takes.
The other, without mist. Hers at fault. Deserved to. Still,
Sorry about... Vented that... But coward. Bears... evil.
Such a good student. Victim. Regrettable. We will remains of him, Runeko? Of course. Perchi. Hugo.
All too trapped. Assured, I will. Deserves.
Hey, Vice Prez. I thought you said you were going to protect her. Don't you dare break your promise, no matter what. Keep up the fight. Don't let this world get the best of you.
And here I feared you'd fall back into fragile facadehood. That Chio got caught in this mess. Even I rue that fact, I confess. The reversal of time has disposed of the mist, and yet the distortions have yet to desist. They're piling up with no sign of suspension in the tiny confines of this pocket dimension. The other world called with no mist, undeterred, for the border between the realms have blurred. The distortions won't just go away, as much as you'd prefer it that way. But disable the barrier and the distortions will disseminate, decreasing their density. Do so, and the danger will dissipate. Method aside, the barrier must go away, lest the distortions claim even more lives as prey. I'm sure you wouldn't raise an objection to me giving a hint in the right direction. What you make of that little clue is up to fate, as well as you.
Are you all right? There's no shame in crying, but you don't have to force it either. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Miss Sora and Mr. Yugo are making sure Chio's attended to. But we can't have a funeral for her until the barrier's gone. I wanted to share something with you. It was recorded on Chio's phone. Take a listen, once you've had some time to recover. Everyone in the TSC came to check on you while you were unconscious. Why don't you go let them know how you're doing? I have to step up to the plate, now that Dr. Kokoro is gone. You seem pale.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been sick ever since I was little. I know you've always worried about me. I know how I am. You always took care of me. You loved me. And despite that... No. Never mind. I'm glad I had a brother like you. We made a promise. For after everything went back to normal. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't stay with you longer. It's strange. I feel cold, but warm. It's so dark and quiet. Listen. Thank you for caring about me. I love you. I'm proud to call myself your sister. I always will be. Help the others. Protect them. Don't give in to the chaos. Don't let it corrupt you. I know. I was never a good sister. But I'm glad that you loved and cared for me anyway. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I wish we could have spent more time together. Oh. Are you all right? You shouldn't force yourself. Why are you here? Did Dr. Shironeko tell you? There's no need to thank me. I'm glad we could speak one final time. We've had many unexpected occurrences. I thought for sure you would blame me. For what happened to Chio. I contributed to the distortions that claimed her, after all. I am a pact bearer. I hurt someone important to you. I caused you harm and insecurity. I am sorry. Thank you. You are truly kind. I did a lot of thinking while you were unconscious, and I finally understand now. I can never truly be safe or secure. I will end up hurting someone no matter how hard I try otherwise. That is simply the way I am. The question, then, remains. How can I not hurt anyone? How can I not be hurt by anyone? After much contemplation, I have come upon the only solution. I seek to make this wish of mine come true. In order to do so, I cannot relinquish my pact. I am sorry. And so, because of that, I cannot remain by your side any longer. If I hope to fulfill this wish of mine, it is best that I do so on my own. That is the only way. Goodbye.
The scholar of sloth seeks seclusion, I see. She seems steadfast in sticking to her strikingly solitary ego. Well, you heard full well what Kokoro said, but what do you plan to do instead? Whatever the case, if you wish to be entangled in Kokoro's fate, to stand beside her and tread the same path, then find your determination. Bring your ego to bear. The road of fate thins like a waning tide. There won't be much room to walk by your side.
I thought I told you that it was best for me to be alone. Leave me be. Why? Is it that you care for me? That simply isn't true. You'll be perfectly fine without me. Find someone else to rely on. I thought I told leave me be. Why is it that... Why not? I fail to comprehend your reasoning. Being alone hurts? Incorrect. Solitude is bliss. It exemplifies safety and security, not pain. Once again, I insist that you go. Why worry about me? Ah, I see. I am neither safe nor secure after all. You're concerned over how I'll behave once I'm out of your sight. I understand now. The path I have chosen will cause the least amount of trouble for everyone. The distortions won't increase either. I already have the Dean's approval on this. So please, be at ease. You are worried for me? You don't have to be. Everything is fine. There is no need to trouble yourself. You shouldn't be worrying for or about me in the first place. What becomes of me isn't any of your concern. I see. I am that much of a thorn in your side? You consider me that harmful and insecure? But of course you do. My existence has caused nothing but pain for you, after all. I understand now. No. I suppose I always have. I knew that I would be hated. That I would be shunned. And yet... Why does my chest feel so heavy? I apologize. Even if my presence makes you uneasy, even if you hate me, there's nothing I can do. That's just the way it is. I didn't mean to start crying. But please, believe me, this is inevitable. I do not intend to use my tears to earn your sympathy. I'm sorry. What do you mean, then? I don't understand. Your words are incomprehensible. This is all too difficult for me. What must I do to put you at ease? Ah. Really? Ah. If you promise not to try and stop me, then I will tell you everything.
I was thinking, how can I become as safe and secure as possible? There must be a way for me to neither hurt others nor end up hurt myself. I was on the verge of breaking my contract, but I realized that if I did, my insensitive nature would end up harming people. I'm so different from others, they'd treat me poorly. The notion caused me much stress, but after ruminating upon it, I came to a realization. I should simply seclude myself from this place and be alone in the other world. It's the only sensible thing to do. I cannot live in the other world without my authority. Thus, I cannot break my pact. Dean Jingu said it was all right, so long as I didn't leave the other world. Fortunately, the other world isn't a physical realm. So long as my mental faculties are intact, I can live there without issue. That is why you don't have to worry. This way, I will finally be safe and secure. This time, no one will be hurt. Huh? Why not? I wouldn't be a bother to anyone. My authority wouldn't affect the real world. Are you referring to the possibility of me coming back? Ms. Sora's power will prevent that from happening. She should be able to rewrite the rules of my existence so that I am unable to leave as long as I am a pact bearer. That was one of the conditions of our negotiation. As such, you have nothing to worry about. Then what do you mean? All the more reason for you not to worry. Huh? My leaving will hurt people? I don't understand. There's no way someone would... You mean... you? But why? Don't say that. I already made my decision to be alone. I'm done feeling hurt. I'm done hurting others. But now you say I'll hurt you if I isolate myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. You promised not to stop me. The two of us, both? Huh? Why? I've never felt that way about you. Oh, that's a presumptuous question, and you know it. I wouldn't be opposed to the idea.
The false facade and the friendless fool. Ignorance comes in pairs, it seems. You'd lock yourself in the other world to rot? You're more deranged than I initially thought.
Vanitas, were you peeking on us? You truly are tactless. Could it be that you're against this?
Now why should I object? This problem is yours to correct. That said, I cannot guarantee that Sora wouldn't disagree.
Did you really mean everything you just said? Then let us go see Miss Sora.
Act 2. Kokoro Surugudai. Slothful Philosophy.
I was never anxious about being alone. I was simply relieved at the prospect of no longer being hurt, nor hurting another. But a future with you? Just the two of us in the other world together? The thought relieves me as well. But that isn't all. This may be crude of me to say, but it gives me this small, special sense of joy. But perhaps it isn't right for me to feel this way.
It's been some time. What happened to Miss Aikawa was truly unfortunate. I was going to begin by explaining the tragedy that befell her. However... It would seem you are already aware. That being the case, I believe you understand. Should we wish to avoid further tragedy, we cannot afford to overlook any pact-bearer or authority that may pose a threat. I'm sure you all feel the same, so I'd appreciate if you would cooperate. That said... May I ask what business you had in coming to see me together?
It's about the matter we discussed. Would it be possible for him to come with me?
Are you sure about this? You won't be able to leave the other world, you know. I understand. It was already a shocking decision on Miss Surugudai's part, but to think you would follow suit. While it is truly regrettable, I will permit it if you are determined in your decision. There is one condition, however. You must persuade Mr. Date to break his pact. Aside from the two of you, he is the final pact-bearer remaining. You're a valuable fighter. If you intend to stay in the other world, you must first rid us of any potential threats.
Ryotaro is obstinate. He will not be open to persuasion.
I cannot concede on this matter. If talking is not a solution, then I suppose the only option would be to cross blades with him, yes?
That's...
Are you not fond of the idea? He's no different than the other pact-bearers you've defeated thus far, you know. He's the sort that will eventually cause another tragedy like the one that befell Miss Aikawa. If, for argument's sake, he were to defeat me and escape the Academy, the consequences would be unimaginable. Wouldn't stopping Mr. Date be in line with your principles, Miss Sarugadai? Safety and security. Aren't those the reasons you wanted to isolate yourself within the other world?
If you're fine with it, then I will accept. What do you think? Understood.
You have my sincerest gratitude. I hope you won't feel too averse to potentially having to fight one of your friends. Though even if you two had refused, I would have simply taken your place in persuading him. Surely it would be better for a forceful persuasion to come from a friend, no? That being said, I don't know where Mr. Date is at the moment. His mist is spread throughout the archives. Perhaps he's somewhere within? Or he could be in the other world with his monarch and ideals, lying in wait and preparing to fight me. I won't concern myself with the how. All I ask is that you handle it.
If you seek to find him, go through the mist, whether you speak with your mouths or your fists. That vagabond's bearings are hardly replete. Tracking him down will be no easy feat. But remember, real rewards rely on readiness.
I don't want to hurt any more people. I'd like for us to settle this peacefully, if possible. This is the archives. It is mainly used as a storage room for donated goods and equipment. Students rarely come here. Oh. A plaque from more than 10 years ago? In honor of the Friendship Association's support. The representative's name is Taro Date. Date.
It's been a while. Sora told me you two would be coming. I'm the one with ties to the Academy. I should be the one taking care of this. If only I defeated the Pact Bearer sooner. I'm sorry. Crush that maggot breath bastard for me, would you?
Let us proceed. The mist is emanating from deeper within. It isn't as severe as it was at the old dormitory. but it's still fairly dense. It's evident Ryotaro didn't hesitate to use his power. Let us look for the call without delay.
It seems this place, too, is linked to the depths. This number connects to the singularity. Where's my thanks for all my charity?
This is Ryotaro's ideal. It is quite lustrous, as if it isn't afraid to assert itself. How very like him. Legion! As I always say, I truly do not wish to hurt anyone else. But if I must, then I will. I apologize in advance.
Let's go, Kokoro!
For the future I seek.
Here I go!
With all of my heart. In the palm of my hand.
Yeah! Assisting! Yeah! Supporting! Supporting! Spare no effort. Supporting! Supporting! Assisting!
I know how this ends. Kill. Worthless. I won't give up.
To victory!
With all of my heart.
Yeah! Tempting.
Devour them. Yeah! Assisting! Spare no effort. Checkmate.
I know how this ends. Kill. Worthless.
To victory!
With all of my heart.
Tempting. Devour them. Spare no effort.
I know how this ends.
Fruitless.
Too slow. Vengeance!
Sweet ice.
With all of my heart. In the palm of my hand.
Tempting. Devour them. Spineless.
I'm with you!
Spare no effort.
Supporting.
I know how this ends.
Too slow.
Sweet ice.
With all of my heart. In the palm of my hand.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
I'm with you! Supporting.
Checkmate.
We made it, Kokoro.
An inevitable outcome.
It isn't enough. Be it power, knowledge, or anything else. I need to get stronger, but I don't have enough. The weak are meat, and the strong do eat. There are only those who take, and those who get taken from. I can't let anything else get taken from me. I have to protect everything that makes me who I am. This time, I have to be on the side that takes, so I can get back everything taken from me. I'll leave my weaknesses behind, even if it means stealing everything from those who steal from me. Past, present, and future. I'll get stronger. I'll prove the worth of the life my mom loved. I'll reclaim the dreams and the pride my gramps passed down to me. I can't afford to give up.
So this is Ryotaro's will. He wishes to showcase his worth and to take back what was his. He strives for strength and power, even if he must steal it from others. Agreed. It is the opposite of the safety and security I value. It is coarse and egotistical, a will at odds with itself. But strangely enough, I do not dislike it. It is quite dazzling to see him face things with such dogged tenacity. Did you know? The word tenacious originates from the Latin root for clinging, such that nothing can be taken from you. Ryotaro's tenacity is blindingly bright, especially for someone like me. I'm not as confident in myself. I I was never anxious about being alone. I was simply relieved at the prospect of no longer being hurt, nor hurting another. But a future with you? Just the two of us in the other world together? The thought relieves me as well. But that isn't all. This may be crude of me to say, but it gives me this small, special sense of joy. But perhaps it isn't right for me to feel this way. If I may ask, do you regret your decision? Your decision to come to the other world with me. You still have time to reconsider. You said you wanted to stay with me because you'd be hurt if I wasn't here. That made me very happy. My heart wavered against all reason. That is why I didn't respond in the way that I should have. I am not worth your kindness. You do not know me very well. With that in mind, would you like to hear the story of Kokoro Surugadai? Just know that after I tell you my tale, you may end up changing your mind about me. All right. I was a peculiar child. I struggled with language development skills. As a result, I wasn't able to speak until I was 5. My mother was distressed at how different I was from other children. When I finally learned to speak, she gave me all sorts of books to read. Her praise encouraged me, so I ended up reading them all. Thanks to her, my level of intelligence was equal to that of a high school student by my early elementary years. I more or less scored perfectly on tests when I was in middle school, the SATs included. Many people began calling me special, and my mother was happy for me. At first. But in time, she grew even more distressed. A gifted child should have a gifting mother, one who invests time and money in their education. She wanted to live as her own person, but she couldn't do that while she was my mother. So she decided to stop being my mother. She no longer wanted to be a family. My mother left. My father didn't take it very well. I was in elementary school at the time, and more awkward than I am now. It wasn't just my parents I caused problems for. During class, I would point out the mistakes my teachers made. It upset them. I was scolded often for not taking notes, or for not using mathematical formulas in the order I'd been taught. A classmate who extended their hand in friendship became a target of bullying. They cried because of me. Those days were full of suffering. I hurt the people around me. I made them uncomfortable. They hated me for it, and that, in turn, hurt me back. I wasn't able to pick up on social cues, so I could never quite fit in either. I hated myself, so to escape the cycle of pain, I lost myself to the worlds inside my books and avoided reality. I don't remember when exactly, but I once said that I obtained my authority to sate my boredom. That was a lie. I made my pact because I wanted to find a way to avoid hurting anyone and to avoid being hurt. That way, even someone like me could understand others and live beside them in safety and security. I selfishly wished for something I didn't earn. But even after acquiring this power, all it can tell me is how to be safe and secure. With it, I am little more than an inorganic being following a script. A fabrication that doesn't meddle in affairs of the heart. An observer viewing the world from behind a glass screen. It is a vacant existence. I continue to read in solitude. I continue to avoid people. Moreover, my foolish wish was partially responsible for Chio's death. Because of that, I feel empty inside. There is only pain, guilt, and the feeling of suffocation. I am not ready to live as part of the world, but I'm not ready to part with it either. This is the cowardly reason I wanted to isolate myself within the other world. I wanted power for what was important to me. I can't face my problems head-on like you or Ryotaro. The strength that both of you possess, it's blinding. All I do is run away. I am pathetic and weak, a selfish nuisance to others. This is who I am, the pact-bearer of Sloth. We should make our way to the archives. I ask that you reconsider your decision on the way there. There is no need for you to tie your fate to mine.
You seem pale.